What's going on, everyone? Welcome to episode 5 of Adjust Your Hustle. First things first, we must give a shout out to my Christmas tree. This is the very first year that I actually feel like an adult because this is the first time I've ever put up a real life tree. And so forget the fact that I'm an aspiring entrepreneur who is starting many businesses. Forget all that. That right there, I think, legitimizes my adulthood, and I think that needs to be shouted out. So there we go. All right, now let's get into the nitty gritty of things that I want to talk about today that's hopefully going to help you all become healthier, wealthier, and more happy. We're going to be talking about New Year's resolutions and why I think they are fucking ridiculous. We're going to be talking about The One Thing by Gary Keller, which is going to help your efforts into triple and even quadruple your efficiency in getting to the goals that you want to achieve. And the third and final thing that we're going to be talking about is the fact that breaking patterns might be the single most important thing to all of your success. So let's get right to it. First things first, let's talk about your New Year's resolutions. Here's the problem with New Year's resolutions. Every time January 1st rolls around, you have everyone across the globe, regardless of whether you're from Australia, India, Canada, Mexico, the United States, it doesn't matter. Everyone has goals that they want to achieve. They plan and they try to accomplish it starting January 1st. Here's the problem. The truly successful people in this world never follow the masses. They are always doing things differently because what the majority of people are doing does not work. And the proof of that is if you're sitting here watching this video and you are unhappy with the way things are, if you're sick and tired of waking up to an alarm clock, going to a job that you hate just to come home to repeat, well, congratulations, you are joining the majority of the world. And if that's true, why would you want to follow another way in which those people are doing the same exact thing? So I urge you, drop the New Year's resolution. Instead, we now have 2 days before December 1st. Take the next 2 days, plan, and begin the execution of what you want to accomplish 30 days earlier than everyone else. This is going to do 2 things. First things first, it's going to break the mold of what you're used to doing. And we're going to talk about this a little later in this video, but that is going to be uber important for you when it comes to achieving your goals. And the second thing it's going to do is it's going to give you a jump start in this race of life over everyone else when it comes to your goals. So when the person who's trying to lose 30 pounds decides they're going to start January 1st, you've already lost 8 because you decided to take action now. And I promise you, this world rewards people who take action now. Less thinking, more doing. This has been my motto in life. My first business as a personal trainer, training clients all over the city. It literally on my business card says, take action, transform. Because I am a huge proponent of taking action. I believe it is the single greatest asset to your success because without it, nothing can get done, regardless of what it is that you want to do. Okay, the second thing that I want to talk about is The One Thing. So I finished reading a book and I was actually talking to my best friend who's also reading it now. And The One Thing by Gary Keller simply is this. Far too often we put way too much on our plate. Let's use a to-do list, for example. You have a to-do list that has 8 to 10 different things. One of 2 different things is going to happen. Either you're going to try to accomplish all of them, in which that means you are taking away effort from other things on the list because it's impossible to give 120% effort to so many different things. It just won't happen. So while you might be giving 90% to one thing, you're taking away from the other, which you might be only giving 40%. What happens is you'll get average results on everything because you didn't allow yourself the time to dedicate yourself to just one thing. So what Gary Keller preaches in his book called The One Thing to Extraordinary Results is that instead of having a to-do list, take a look at that list and pick the most important thing on it. Then take all of your effort to just work on that one thing. What this will do is not only will you get this done faster, but it will be more efficient and the results will be so much better because you didn't bog yourself down with the rest of the things on the list. And ironically, instead of having a list of 10 things, by only having a list of one thing, you will end up getting more of those things done because you are more efficient in the process of doing it. So I urge you, throw away the to-do list. Take whatever it is, the most important thing in your life that you want to accomplish, and dedicate 1,000% to that one thing. I guarantee that you will find that you will be so much more productive in your life, and the results will come so much quicker because of it. And the third thing that I want to talk about is this idea that it is uber important of breaking patterns. Now, what do I mean by that? See, every day we wake up and we fall into our own natural habits. Whether it is we get up by an alarm clock, we use the bathroom, we shower, we get dressed for work, we go to work, we're miserable, we come back, we eat dinner, we watch TV, I brush my teeth, I use the bathroom, I go to bed. I'm willing to bet that sounds pretty typical, correct? And the problem is, if you're unhappy with the way that pattern is, you're not going to ever change unless you make the active choice in doing so. So if you're unhappy with the way things are in your life, it's not important that you know what to do in order to change. What's important is that you make a change. See, everyone who starts doesn't know that they're going to be the next billionaire. They don't know the steps it takes to get there. But what they do know is that what they're currently doing is not working. And the one thing I can guarantee to you in life is that if you are not doing things in order to get to where you want to be, well then you better pray and hope you win lotto, because nothing is ever going to change. So if you want to be the next greatest success story, your first step is just changing your daily patterns. So if you wake up right now and you're not eating breakfast, wake up and start eating breakfast. If you're one of those people that likes to work out at night and you find that your workouts are slacking, wake up early and try going to the gym in the morning. See, what this is going to do is not going to necessarily bring you the result you want, but it's going to lead to your mind thinking in a way in which it once did not. And if your mind can now start thinking in ways differently, who knows what doors that can open for you in the future. See, I talk about this a lot in regards to networking. The reason why you should always smile and say hi to everyone is not because that person might help you, but because you don't know in 6 months who that person might know who may be able to change your life. And this is why it's so important to look at the long game, right? It's important that you understand experimenting and making daily changes now might not help you become the next great success story tomorrow, but because of what you did now is the only reason why in 3 years from now you're living in a mansion in Beverly Hills. So you have to see the long game, and the only way to get to the long game is by changing your daily patterns, because what you're doing right now, if you are miserable and unhappy, will never get you to what you want. Whether it is losing 100 pounds, whether it is doubling your income, whether it is finding a partner in life, or whatever it may be, if you aren't willing to make adjustments, if you aren't willing to take a risk in changing what you're doing now, then all you are effectively doing is waiting for something that will never come. So I urge you to do 3 things starting today. Start your New Year's resolutions December 1st, not January 1st. Go against the masses. Stand out from the crowd. Go in the opposite direction of what everyone else is doing. The second thing, put your efforts towards one goal. Don't have 10 New Year's resolutions. Have one and dedicate everything you possibly can to that one thing. Because then that will get done so much quicker, then you can move on to the next thing. And then thirdly, break your patterns. If you are unhappy with where you are in life, if you want a new body, if you want a new bank account, if you want a new relationship, ask yourself this: are you doing things differently than you are from the past 6 months of your life that was making you unhappy? If you are not, then all you need to start doing is doing things differently. I don't have the answer on what that is, but I know the answer is different than what you're doing. I don't have the answers. In fact, no one has the answers. All I have is the ability to know that if I didn't experiment, if I didn't fail, I would never be where I am now, and I will never go to where I ever want to be. So you have to understand you need to break your patterns. New Year's resolutions start December 1st. Do one fucking thing and break your patterns. Guys, I'll see you on episode 6. Thank you so much for listening. Comment below if you want to strategize on ways in which you can do all that. I love this stuff. I live for this stuff. So leave a comment, share, like, let me know, contact me, and let me help you get to where you want to be. All right, guys. Peace.